That. Find oil leak location. It's gotten everywhere. Messy. Yeah, Red. Sweet. I'm so happy. They can block you in some places, but not everywhere. All right, so this thing was an utter disaster, and I have spent some of the morning looking at it, running it, and then washing it off. So now I'm just trying to tidy off some of the obvious drops, so that way when I'm running it, I can tell if there's new drops. So give me a minute while it drips on my damn hair, because woo! Oh, it's okay. I mean, this thing's filthy. Filthy, 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 filthy. Unless something is catastrophically awful about this platform, where it comes to talking cars and etc., Mr. Robert, then yes. Wait, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I was right. So unless there's something tragically bad about this platform, then yes, I will stay here. But I haven't run into that just yet. So we'll find out. We're doing a week test. We'll reevaluate, but it's very likely that this is probably our new home. I hope it's not getting all over the timing belt. Also, I have a bit of a fire hose for a sprayer, I know. It could just be coming down off the cover. Don't worry, I'll get you in here to look at what we got in just a second. Let me finish getting it to stop dripping and making bloody messes everywhere. Also, something I am curious about. How much oil is in the intercooler? Good morning, mortal humans. How art thou? I uploaded some shorts. I did one last night. So apparently shorts are in beta, and only certain people have access to making them, or something like that. And I'm one of those people, so figure might as well. Not the worst. It's about average amount of oil coming out of here. It's got a little bit. It's not terrible. Just made a little spot on my floor. There we go. I agree, Robert. Over the long run, I totally agree. Now all I gotta do is cut the soda and do more sit-ups, I guess, or something. Granted, we know that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I have a bit of an addictive personality. And so what I'm trying to do is get my addictive personality to really take over with the YouTubes. All right, well, we're gonna start it up and run it now, because I done got a cleaner. But this thing is hemorrhaging. It's not hemorrhaging oil, like it's not leaving spots on my floor, but it was certainly covered. The customer talked about how the dipstick tube might have come out. It was rather vague with their statement. Like, they said the dipstick had sprayed oil all over the engine, and I've been cleaning it at this point because it was a disaster, and trying to figure out where the oil's coming from when it's coated in oil is impossible. So I hosed it down with carb cleaner or brake cleaner, trying to get it reasonable, and I totally didn't show you what it looked like under there. But I will show you what it looks like up here. Like, this is after cleaning. Like, it's messy. It's messy. Even back here, I was cleaning that off. I wiped that down, but that was all coated in oil. The whole valve cover was coated in oil. Bet you there's oil all in these plugs. It's pretty bad. Like, there's oil back there. They said it got all over the hood, but I don't see it per se. It looks pretty dry, but it does have it sprayed on there and over there. She's, it's a mess. But there's not really much on the belt either. The belt's pretty dry, so I'm not sure what the heck happened. I mean, granted, there's more debris on the belt now because I was hosing it all off. So, start it up. Get her, I mean, this one's bolted down, so pulling the dipstick tube out's pretty hard. Unless it broke the bracket. This thing's gonna smoke too, because I just hosed off the exhaust and everything. So let me run it and we'll look at it, and if I find something, of course, I'll show you. It seems like somebody's done the valve cover gasket because it's very smushy, and it also is not very flat or consistent on the front here. Like, there's the spot where you can tell where it's clearly in place, and over here it looks like it might be rolled. So my first suspicion is probably the valve cover gasket, but nobody mentioned that. Well, Met Man, if it's knocking and it's burning oil and mixing coolant, oh, you're mixing coolant and water? Yeah. You're going to be looking at head gaskets. Just the problem is I'm not sure where it's spraying from, but it said it does it when it engages the turbo. Granted, I have the airflow meter effectively off the engine because, well, it's on the cover and I can't run it and look at the cover and have the cover on. Build up that oil pressure a little bit, see if it'll give us something. Because the problem is I don't want it to go too crazy because I don't want it to make so much of a mess I can't tell again. But I want to be able to see if it's oozing somewhere. So I'm gonna look under it. So anyway, my short I made yesterday is doing pretty well. It's got like 300 views on it, so woo, good for me. Somebody had a very nice smart-ass comment. This guy really knows what he's talking about. You're damn right. That clutch was definitely broken. It was definitely broken. Yep. That's some high-quality engineering diagnostics right there, buddies. You don't get that kind of... It smells like hamster food. Oh. It's not really leaking out anything down here. It's all still pretty clean. We may have to go drive it some and really get the turbo boosting, because he said it got worse when he would boost it. Yes, you're here to dunk on Volkswagen enthusiasts, as am I. Yes. But see, I cleaned it off significantly. This was just absolutely slammed with oil. As you can see in my short, this is more what it looked like all under here. And I've since cleaned it, but it's made a damn mess. It's not coming out the bottom of the timing cover, at least not yet, so I don't think it's that. I might pull the timing cover back to have a look at the belt just to make sure it looks like it's not getting oil soaked. I'm thinking valve cover is probably where we're going to have to start. But I'm not sure. If you want to know how to change your screen name in YouTube Last DC, you can. There's a pinned comment in the general chat in Discord that'll explain how to change your screen name to where it doesn't affect everything else. Well, it is. It's got a turbocharger on it, James. Calm down. It does legitimately have a turbo on it. Yeah, but it only puts forth like 10 psi. Like, come on. Is that even boosting? That's like putting a hairdryer in it. Ha 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 ha. If it's not 30 to 50 psi, then it's clearly not boosting. I run 1,000 psi in mine. Can blow that much with a straw. Actually, you know what is fascinating is you can blow about 2 to 3 psi. Maybe it was like 5. I don't know. Leave some comments if you're watching on the VOD. What kind of psi have you ever gotten out of like blowing in a straw or a pressure gauge? It hurts. Because you know, of course, when you get out that vacuum gauge, you're like. Because you're like, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I blow into the vacuum gauge? That sounds like a good short. So what I'll do is I'll be like, ready? And then turn the camera to the vacuum gauge and get the air hose and be like, psst, watch it go up to 150. Haha! Haters will say it's fake. I mean, you can see it smoking off the oil that's on the top, but it's pretty bad on the top. We're gonna let this thing warm up some. Also, if you guys don't mind, I would highly appreciate little thumbs ups and stuffs. That would be awesome. It helps with the algorithm. Pretty much. At least for the work days, you know, like Monday through Fridays, because the short answer is I make too much content during the day that it's so much on Twitch I can't filter through it. But with YouTube being able to edit the VOD afterwards, just on the website and stuff, and just being able to take out some of the major chunks, and then boom, we have a video that already has views and stuff on it. I mean, that's gonna be infinitely better. So yes, now I have ultra low latency mode on. No, they're called removing the boring parts. Golly, this thing's oily. It's not like it's got too much pressure in the crankcase, though. It's got a little vacuum, so it's got a tiny bit of vacuum there, like it should. So there is an option that it could also be the crankcase vent valve or the PCV system, whatever you want to call it, particularly. It could have been having issues, or it could still be having issues in applying too much pressure to the crankcase. Measuring that is a bit more of a trick. There's not really too many good vacuum hookups that I could run a vacuum gauge up to the dash and go drive it and test it all at the same time while it's not interfering with anything, but we might have to figure out how to do that. Or at least rig something up. Okay, cool. I guess we'll go scoot it down the road. Take it for a quick shake. Not gonna go very far because I don't want to. You know, blast oil everywhere and then have to start over again. So I'm probably just gonna take it on a quick run down the street and come back. Although they've already messed up their gasket here. Take these screws off so they don't get lost. That would be bad. But like leave the under tray off of it and just kick it off the lift, go up and down the road real fast, give it some boost. As you can see, this car is in just primo condition. 2007 Volkswagen EOS. Beautiful condition, just beautiful. What in the hell happened there? Like, what did you get hit by that it managed to wrinkle it like this and not tear off a bunch of paint and do that? Son, you've been having a conversation with your girlfriend and she got mad at you and came at your car with a baseball bat? Out for a rip. Out for a rip. All right, let me go scoot it down the road real fast. Real fast. Super fast. It'd be so fast. On the VOD, it'll look like I just pulled out and pulled back in. Because when I edit it, that's exactly what will happen. Garage kept adult owned, no low balls. I know what I got. Ah, typical. I get up there and they're like, "Can you explain this to a customer?" Okay. Alrighty, I'll do that. Yep, I'll do that. Yep, I'll do that. Yeah, we're gonna get over this fuel leaking mother trucker. But I'm just gonna get this thing put back together so we can pull it out. Oh, excuse me. I'm allergic to Volkswagens. Whew, who'd have thought? Who would have thought? So we're gonna pull this out. We're gonna pull this over into this bay because we gotta lift it up to get the intake off, and we're gonna rip that off and find out what's leaking fuel so much because it's. I'm changing everything up, flies. It's just we are. There's more growth potential here on YouTube, is the short answer. Especially now with they've been improving their YouTube, or their streaming. They've been improving their streaming greatly since I last tried it like 3 or 4 years ago. And it seems like it'll be much better. It's got a built-in editor and stuff, so I can take this whole VOD and like trim off the fat. So that way I can like just have that little thing, just have what I do over here, and then cut out all the rest of the crap real quick. Like it won't take terribly long. It won't be it'll be rough. Like I'll make it kind of a rough cut, but it'll get rid of the bulk of it. Nah, headlamps are great, man. Also plies. I'm sure many other people will probably appreciate it, but no politics over here. So cars, technology, science, whatever, but not politics. I'm done with arguing about it, is the short answer. All right. Well, that's good. Okay, maybe that's fine. I might be able to get Noah to do this. It's pretty straightforward. If he doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff doing his schedule, I'm sure he would appreciate getting to do a valve cover instead of oil changes on oil changes on oil changes.
I'll do a valve cover.
Do what?
I'll do a valve cover.
He'll do a valve cover. If you guys are new to the stream, Noah is new. He is our newest employee, and I am in charge of teaching him everything that I don't know, and then some.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me pull this out. I know the undertray's off. See if we can get this thing to start. Don't let me forget about the center tray now. Your responsibility. Yeah. If I forget it, I'm blaming you. Got it? Good. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to start. We're gonna have to make a gassy mess. I gotta fill up the fuel rail. So I'm gonna cycle the key a few times and hopefully we can start it off pretty quick. Because I just wanna move it over. It's not worth pushing to move it over, bae. Come on, baby. There you go, let's go, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Like lightning. Not going like lightning, like lightning. Golly. Problem is I don't know what's over in that corner. I gotta not hit this BMW. It's a little cramped. Hoi, hoi, go. Over one bay. That's all I need you to do. Cutting it real tight. Yeah, aw. Oh, I'm in drive. Go. Off. Excellent. Oh my God. So much gas. Oh, that sounds great. Eric in the Jeep. Keep coming. Front. Let me check, see the other side. Go ahead. It's front right here. I would say the front right's the worst. Yeah.
You don't hear anything in the back?
I can't tell. I don't think it's coming from the back. It all seems to be coming from the front.
I got to go drive it for another noise on the turn, but I wanted to, because they said that goes away.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I wanted to catch it while it was doing it.
Exactly. Let me go put this key up front real quick, because we don't keep keys back here because that's how they get lost. So if the car's not in the shop and the key's not in it, then the key's on the front board where it belongs. So 1 second, let me get in the office here. don't know why, but that smell of gas has got my sinuses going. No, I need to blow my nose too. But it just confirms that I am allergic to Volkswagens. Do they have allergy medications for Volkswagen specifically? I think it's Toyota as the medication. All right, let's get it racked up, and get it stacked up, and go. Hui. I totally forgot to schedule today's stream because I got too excited about the shorts yesterday, and I'm sorry. And there's gonna be more shorts. I got another one that I got some videos started for. And I'm gonna have to add some more clips to it, which, whew, I could probably use this one for it. But it's about time I really be serious about all the content that I make here, because I think it could be quite successful. And then we could focus more on just teaching people stuff. Ew, upgrade to a Mercedes. Ugh. Mercedes, ugh. Do you like Mercedes, Noah? No?
I don't like the way they look, and I don't like working on them.
You don't like what?
I don't like the way they look, and I don't like working on them.
Yeah, I don't like the way they look and I don't like working on them. They don't look terrible.
No, but I'd much rather have an Audi or Volkswagen.
Really?
I like Audi and Volkswagen.
You've always liked Audi and Volkswagens?
I think Audi's my favorite. Probably BMW next, then Volkswagen.
So you want us to keep an eye out for a dead Audi that you can buy and fix up, eh?
I honestly been thinking about buying something like that.
Nice.
Either that or an old BMW.
So I was talking with the wife last night. I was like, so you really like the A3? She's like, I do, it's a cute car. I was like, fine then. I mean, if you want that to happen, then I'll, if we get any extra monies or little like tidbits here and there, then we're gonna add some things. We're gonna fix the paint. We're gonna fix the suspension, maybe lower it a little bit. If we get enough money, I'll take the engine apart. We'll upgrade the pistons and rods and crank and put on a bigger turbo and tune it some.
That would be fun.
Like, we'll make it nice, like a nice car. Like, do you like skulls? She's like, you know I like skulls. I was like, all right, skulls are getting painted everywhere. So it's fantastic. Do what? Yeah, I drive an A3.
I drive one shit. They're cool as hell. They look cool.
Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful day outside. It's like 69 right now, giggity, and just a light breeze, a really low humidity. Mwah. Perfect. Sienna's doing okay. I haven't really done anything else with it yet. I got it driving again, and I drove it up and down the road once, and did fine. So I spent yesterday fixing the ignition on the Audi, so that way I gutted it, so it doesn't get stuck again. And so yeah, that means this coming weekend, or whenever I feel like having extra time, I will spend more time working on the Toyota, the Sienna. So in case you're wondering, I own a few cars, but the main ones are the Audi and the Sienna. I have a 06 Audi A3 and an 06 Toyota Sienna, 3.3, I think. I don't know, I don't pay too much attention to the engine on that one. I just want it to run. It's the family transport. I guess I can put these up here. So what we got going on here. What? They have simple lever hook opener. levers and hooks to open the hood. I don't know what you're talking about there, Alan. I see we did a water pump on it. Oh yeah, I did this one because we just did all that. But yeah, that's quite a bit of fuel probably coming from one of those injectors. That's all I can really go with because it's really hard to see up there to see where it's coming from. But this is not oil, this is fuel. As you can see, yep, definitely fuel. So they also have nailed their oil pan. Needs an upper cover gasket probably. So let's go ahead and rip off the intake. Shouldn't take us too terribly long. Would I get an Audi A6? What engine? Like other V-dubs. Turbo boost line. If you want to know how to take one of these apart, I do have a video on how to get them apart. So feel free to hit those up. I should probably remember to do that, to make like an annotation or something somewhere. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my extension. Why is it not on my rack rail? Oh, because it's right here. Oh, also, yesterday when I was looking for my frickin' pliers, my boss comes in later and it's like, yeah, I totally got your side cutters. Oh, that's why I couldn't find them. Yeah, it is a pretty big leak. It's leaking to the point that it's having trouble starting the car. So it's losing pressure pretty bad. So that's what we're gonna fix and figure out exactly where it's coming from. I told my service writer to go ahead and get the O-rings because we'll probably need them. I believe, unless he didn't damage it, it just got kinked or knocked off of its thing. All right, so at least now we can get that off from the top. The main reason you have to pick up this car to get the intake off is mostly for the boost pressure line here. T30 right there, boost line or boost connector up there, and then disconnect this. And then there's another bolt right here, right that gray bolt right there. And then of course the upper connection. And so once you do that, you can get the upper bolt and the upper connection from the top. So we'll slide her down and it will be fantastic. Moister than an oyster. Ooh, what? Oh.
They're getting replaced anyways, but probably leaking.
What size are those?
225, 65, yeah, 65.
Are they 17s?
17s.
Hold that thought. Two 35 60 17s. How many are they replacing? Ooh.
This was probably the best looking one, to be honest.
Yeah, set those. I mean,
The other ones are kind of little on that inside.
inside. Oh, I mean, mine's 235. Everything else, but might do for a pair. Like my back right tire is totally bald, so that's why I'm like, is it close?
Yeah, I mean, if it'll fit, it'll run.
Yeah, and it's not all-wheel drive, so if I got two like slightly smaller ones that'll work for the moment until we save up some money to get some more tires, then it'll work. All right, we're going down with it. Oh, I am totally a. You're replacing tires? Do they fit my car? I just got a whole new set for the Audi, so. The biggest problem with the Sienna is going to be if everything else in the engine and transmission and everything, if all that's working good, which I assume it probably is, then the next big project problem is the rear end. The rear end's bent. It's a solid torsion bar is what it is, and my brother owned it before I did. It was my mom's, then it was my brother's. After my mom passed away, my brother got it, and then he was upgrading, and he's like, are we gonna trade in mom's van, or you want it? I'm like, are you kidding? Of course I want it. I want the last thing my mom was driving, duh. So, I've been driving it. Transmission took a poop, so I fixed that with a new used transmission. Seems to be working fine at the moment. And so now, it looks like something hit the rear, like the rear quarter panel and knocked the toe in a little bit. So it's not like undrivable, it's just, it'll eat tires. And so I'm gonna try and fix that, whether I have to get a used rear end and just stick it up in there, or if I can, I don't know, hook it to a tree and straighten it out, or shim it, or something like that. Get that out. Yeah, exactly, flies. Nice, Madman. And Siennas are great. I love vans. I know that probably takes some points away from my car guy status. I love vans. They're great. There's so much room. They're so comfortable. You can drive them, and they're just very relaxing to drive. Like, I love my van. You can put so much stuff in. It's practically a truck. I mean, I do have a truck too. I have a 2002 Dodge Ram 1500 5.9, so I got something that I can drive if I really need horsepower, or to tow something, or to haul something really big. It needs some help. That's going to be the project after the Sienna's fixed. We'll be touching up the truck, getting that going again. So we got plenty of content to make a thing go. So see, we can get to the upper. Ooh, we can get to that upper bolt right there. Can you see how I'm getting at it? So you can easily get it from the top. Just so we don't rip off any wires. Take this pick tool here and stick it in this, so that way we can break the seal on this rubber gasket, which shouldn't be terrible because we just took it off not too long ago, a couple weeks ago in fact. But it doesn't take long for it to get stuck again. And if you do, there we go, we got it off, then you just gotta kind of wiggle and rotate and get it around that hose. And then once you do that, you can just set it down, go around from the bottom and grab her out of there. Set her to the side. That was one of the harder parts. Interesting, Madman. What kind of art did you sell, David? Or Dave? Yes, Mr. David. Sorry. Hiccups. Murder dolls? Ah, yes. If you are interested in purchasing serial killer dolls, or you have a fancy for the macabre, is that macabre? Is that the term? Then you'll have to check out Spectre Studios. Get yourself a nice murder doll. High quality 3D printed, or what's the word, cast after being handcrafted. I need to put my ratchets back for the moment. Also, upcoming videos that I'm going to be working on, I haven't quite picked a format that I like yet, but I'm going to be doing videos for tools and how to use them. So like literally how to use tools and what tools are for what application, you know? So what are the best tools for certain applications? Because, I mean, you can use lots of things to do lots of stuff. I'm not going to say you can't use it for this or you can't use it for that, but there are some things that just work pretty well for certain things. Like these are really good at hose clamps because they got those little notches in them they grab, and they're very wide, so they can grab all sorts. They're probably the best pair of hose clamp pliers I've ever had. Well worth the $30 or $40 that they are if you're doing this all the time. Oh, that brings more into it that I'm definitely going to have to delineate and be like home gamer stuff. If you just want to like work on your car, you just want to kind of do oil changes and basic maintenance, then these are probably the tools you need. If I'm smart enough, I'll try to break it down by cars. Or manufacturer, at least. There's that. There's that. Now I just need T30. What is that noise? Oh, it's the escape compressor. Oh crap, I haven't updated the overlay. Let me do that. I'm a terrible, terrible streamer. And videoer. CC. Not CDC. CC. Is this it? Yep. That goes here. That goes. Dave sells the murder dolls because, well, crap, there went the bolt. Because one, people have a dark sense of collectiveness that they like to collect things for, and two, murder or serial killers or whatever can't, they can't get money from it. They can't sue them, they can't tell them to stop. So, it's You moved to a new shop? Nobody put the bracket back on. Interesting. Yep. I don't think it was on there last time. Yep. They're locked up or dead. It's pretty hard to sue. All right, so we're going to try and save this oil filter. A little tighter than I can grab with my hand. Let me get a strap wrench. Jason's strap wrench to be specific. So if you want to try and save an oil filter, good Lord. Let's tell that boy to calm down when he puts the oil filter on. Holy crap. That thing was tight. Using a strap wrench near the end here will help prevent it from collapsing. But we got to get the filter out so we can get the. So grabbing it here, it'll use the top as part of the structural reinforcement versus grabbing it in the middle. You could easily, like I can squeeze that and it'll, collapse on itself. But if you dent an oil filter, hell, sometimes just put it on, start it up, and it'll pop it out using the oil pressure. We don't have a ton to take off of this one. The real problem is going to be when it comes time to get it off the injectors. I have a feeling that is where we're going to find the majority of our issue. So right now I'm just getting off connectors and stuff. Come on, baby. I can't really see you. Now I can't see anything. Yeah, there we go. Pop. So that's all disconnected. We gotta get this one here, which I need a straight pick. There we go. Pop that off. Now we need to get this. Technically, I didn't actually have to disconnect that green one. You can just move that to the side because it stays connected. These two here will come disconnected because they're going to go with the intake. All right, let's take out the bolts. We got 2 10s and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 T30s. Tools, assemble! All right, why is that one missing that one and that one's missing that one? I'm gonna have to fuss at Jason. It's missing both the 10s. Which is not good, because those sit on studs. Is it missing both the bottom ones too? Missing one, the other one's not tight. Jason! Hold on, wherever he is. Where's Jason? You run away? Oh well, I'll find him later. Fuss then. Got the top ones tight. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Disappointing. Disappointing. Sometimes the oopsies happen. Let's see how many of these parts are in here, or if they've fallen off and I gotta replace them. So, if you don't mind, I would really appreciate a algorithmic enhancement by touching those buttons that are below the video. That would make my day much better, and I appreciate it. There's nothing down there. There's nothing down there. Oh, we haven't taken the fuel rail loose. Silly. So excited. I'm so excited. Just can't hide it. DMCA'd. Banned! Demonetized! Little tight. Little tight. Come on. Little, it's like just snug enough that it's a pain. There we go. It's because I have it halfway pulled off. Yeah, that's coming off way too easy. And also I forgot this and I forgot this. Because I am just a smarty pants. I need a pig tool for that because the clips broke. So we're gonna pick them off one ear at a time. Like that, and like, theoretically one ear at a time. There we go. Whew. So yeah, one of the injectors stayed in the rail. In the cylinder head, rather. Come on. I need you to come off. I really need you to come off. Stay there. Let me grab some pick tools. And a screwdriver. Remote fingernail and a remote finger. There we go. Well, 3 of the injectors stayed in. Bet you that fourth one's our leak. Ooh, these things are oily. No, not over my toolbox. Stop draining gas everywhere. I need my cart. Need my cart of much cartiness. There, stay. Yeah, there it is. That's where our leak's coming from. Right there, where that chunk of the rubber's missing. Exactly what I suspected. Exactly. Cool. Means it'd be a pretty easy fix, though. How is our carbon blasted looking? Jeez. This thing looks awful already. Like we cleaned this thing like crazy. I don't like it. Is that an original? Looks like an OEM Hengst. But I don't know if this is the updated one. I think this is the updated one with the black. I can never remember. There's so many updates to that crankcase vent valve that, or oil separator valve, PCV valve, whatever you want to call it. There's multiple names for it. Why, Alan, you are far too kind. An IPA lot with $1. What's wrong with you people? We did clean this one. We cleaned it like 3 weeks ago. Ooh. Attractive anime recommendations, absolutely. All right. And so when you're wiping these things off, you want to try and wipe them away from the intake, so that way if anything falls, you're wiping it away. So I take a clean spot and I'll push it here and try and kind of like scoop it up like that, so that way it, you know, it's constantly as a new surface coming under it, so it like wipes it off such as that. And you try to pick the direction that has the shortest run. So you do this to get it started, and you can even start in the middle and go around. Also works. There. Ta-da! That's a little cleaner. What currency is that, Alan? You are far too kind, my good sir. Far, far too kind. I think I still have link. I haven't tweeted about this yet. Copy link. Damn it, that is exactly the opposite of what I wanted to post. Stupid Discord. There. Now I have a better link. Perfect. It does give me the option to collect global currency. Just calm down for now, Fly. I'll get the memberships going on YouTube soon, TM. The good part about YouTube over Twitch, YouTube I make 70%, Twitch I make 50%. So you want a selling point, you got your selling point. On Twitch, if you want to make above 50%, you got to be like a super partner or something like that. You got to be special. You got to have a lot of subs. Which on Twitch, subs are the equivalent of members here. Just trying to clean out them holes. Dem holes! Alright, I gotta find a couple bolts to replace what we're missing. I would like to get a whole O-ring kit, I believe. He said member. I did. I did. Yoink. Right now, the easiest thing, I guess, to do is super chats. What is that currency though? Is that Brazilian? No. I have no idea what currency that is. Hey, Root Beer. What's up, man? I was going to say, because it says my chat revenue is $2.08. I was like, so what currency is that? All right, we got to write down on this ticket what the hell's going on with this. Perfect. How many miles are on this car? 159,851. 159,851. Fancy-tastic. I'm waiting on Alpha 7 or Alpha 20 to drop at this point. I've been playing Atlas. I've been playing a lot of Atlas. I'm gonna go wash my hands because I'm probably gonna get in another car to check on something in the flat bay there. Yeah, I've been playing, but I haven't played in the past couple days. I've been pretty busy between working on YouTube stuff and scouts, and Saturday was pretty balls to the wall. I pretty much got up, tidied up the house. I didn't even go to the gym Saturday because we were going to be that busy. I had to wake up. Oh, I had to go like run around. I had to go to the store, get paper towels, toilet paper, you know, some of the essentials. Grab that stuff, and then had to wake my wife and the son. We went to go sell popcorn, and we did that for a couple hours. And then after that, we went home and immediately ate lunch/dinner. And then we were gone out of the house by, so we were like 11 to 1 was our popcorn time. And then 1 to 4 was at home again for a short time. And then we left at 4-ish to get down to the football game, to where we were working the football game. We didn't get back from that till 12:30, almost 1 a.m. And that's what's paying for my middle son's scouts. Whew. So I got to drive around a go-kart and watch kids collect trash cans and trash. But it was fun. And so when we weren't picking up trash and stuff, we were selling water, and we were sitting there playing, I guess, Would You Rather or whatever. Would you rather have $1 million or lose your sense of taste? I don't know, something silly like that. Late of lies. I would presume it depends on the currency your credit card uses. Yeah, it seems kind of silly. 1 million rupees. If you want to find out why YouTube, go watch the Twitch VOD from Sunday. That should answer a lot of questions, because I talked about this extensively yesterday. Let me go up front and make sure that they ordered O-rings. They really take their cut out of that, don't they? So this is the Audi we scanned Friday. This is the one where the lady was coming in to schedule it, and I was like, I can give it a quick scan and at least have, some heads up as to what we're doing. Unfortunately, nothing was very specific. It's all rather vague. So let's make sure that they still have all those codes. There is a ticking noise their customer is complaining about, or a clicking. We'll probably go out and drive it in a minute and see how it sounds. I'm also wondering about an axle. Sounds pretty noisy, if you ask me. This time we're just going to do an all scan, so we have a, yes, this is the one that threw a slew of codes, which we have 90% of them right here. It was leak and air intake system, fuel pressure too low during cold start, fuel pressure sensor, fuel rail system pressure, boost pressure regulation, misfires on 1 through 4, evap system very small leak detected, and system too lean at idle. Whew. I need to check their fuel to see if it smells gassy. Because this is the same type of fuel pump of the ones that we've lately been running into. And I don't know if this is a pattern failure or what, but I've been having 2 or 3 of these pumps are leaking into the crankcase and making it extra fuely. That doesn't smell like oil. It smells like something else. It smells like a candle. Like, it smells like when you blow out a candle and then you get that burning smell afterwards, you know, like if you were to smell the smoke that's coming off the candle after you blow it out, that's exactly what it smells like. Oh, right, auto scan. I was doing that before I got distracted. Distracted. Story of my life, eh? But thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Woo! We've reached a new peak. 32. Hype. Doesn't Volkswagen know these are 4-stroke engines? Those jerks. I don't have any eggs to eat. Although I do have a delicious lunch. And you guys are going to be privy to that one. So it's running through the all scan right now. I can put that up on the screen for you. Yoink. It's running through that right now. You can see the little green progress bar at the top. Click that bell icon. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I would appreciate that. Although I'm pretty sure that everybody here right now is just everybody that's from Twitch. But don't be shy. Please feel free to participate. I'm super excited about our move here. Like, I'm really excited. I couldn't wait to get up and show up today. Also, my shorts are doing pretty good. 378 on the one I put out last night, and 13 for the one I did 2 hours ago, which isn't bad. She's done. Not too much. That's good. It's just in the engine and the start stop authentication, I think. Or accessory start authentication. Key lower limit, battery might be dying on the key. But yeah, it's mostly engine. And they are all intermittent. Fantastic. I love it. I love it when a problem fixes itself. Makes me so happy. I don't know. Because earlier, I was still not super satisfied with how Twitch runs, or not Twitch, with YouTube, how they run their streams. But they've been making big improvements lately. And I watch plenty of streams on YouTube too. I actually, to be fair, if I don't stream on Twitch, I would probably never go there. 100%. Like, the only reason I participated on Twitch was because I stream there. If I'm doing YouTube now, I would probably never have a reason to go to Twitch. It's just the truth of the matter. Good morning, Jeffrey. Look at all the same codes. We can just go to that module and copy them again just to make sure nothing else has cropped its head, which could lead us in a direction. Copy codes. Dunk. Yep, same codes. Cool. So, we can close that, close that. We can close this because there's nothing else really hiding around in there. I haven't seen it in a couple days. In a few days. What do we want to do to look into this? I guess I'll go drive it. Go drive it, see what the noise that they're complaining about under the car, the clicking noise and stuff, and see if we can get any direction on that, stop getting hooked on everything. Other than that, I need a bay, and I need a bay with a lift, and I don't have any. That's not fun, because I need O-rings for that to get that put back together, to push it or get it out. It'd be silly to push it out. Although that would probably be one big advantage for our shop if we could do it, would be have like flat surface to where we could push out cars that we need to move so we can save the racks. But we're on an incline and stuff, so it's really difficult to push cars in and out. You need multiple people. Or we need a bloody like four-wheeler or something. It does have oil. Ah, my nose is so itchy. I don't know why. I guess I need to take my allergy meds. I think it's dry, but I'll take my allergy meds anyway. It's tickly. It's not itchy, it just tickles. Probably mostly because it's dry. Usually it's almost swamp weather around here. It's super humid, stuff like that. So my nose is like, what is this dryness I'm sniffing? I am not moist. I am not moist. All right, well, we'll load up the phone and go for a drive. Every once in a while, as just a side, you might want to make sure that you're up to current or up to live if it's hit a lull. Because I have noticed that it seems like it might start to drift a little further away from, live. And I do that and it starts buffering. I think you marked right. Drive, drive, drive. All right, let's drive. Wi-Fi off. Yep. I gotta go pick up my prescription. Gotta go pick up my prescription. I'll stream on there sometimes. I haven't decided when yet, but for the moment, to put it succinctly, other than Sundays, I'll probably stream on Twitch on Sundays just to, stream on Twitch. I'll probably just stick on YouTube for some time. If that makes any sense. All right, I need sunglasses. Where are my sunglasses? There are my sunglasses. Oop. We got with this. Mirror off, and stand outside so we get a good signal. Go. Hey, good signal. So what I do is I stream from my phone to the rig there, and then that way I can take y'all on test drives if I want to go any distance, because it's not that hard to set up, but it's kind of irritating because sometimes the signal doesn't go right and it's just a pain in the butt, especially when the doors are closed. Alright, let's see what kind of noise this thing is gonna make. You just gotta watch out for that bloody BMW back there. Wish it wasn't right here. Yeah. Also, there are bushes back there. Quit being upset by the bushes. The bushes aren't gonna hurt you, I promise. Alright, let's see what this noise is. Kind of sounds wheel bearing-ish already, which isn't good. Oof. Gotta wait for traffic. Nobody run with the AC on. On a mark. Get set. Go! Lord. You guys hear that? Right rear wheel bearing, and they're still here. This accident is still here. I passed by this earlier when I went on a test drive. It's like they all just said, screw it, leave the cars, bye-bye. Perfect. Perfect! This lady is short. Nice lady. I like her. She was very friendly. Yeah, we got a bad wheel bearing to start. Now we're gonna go up here into this parking lot real quick. We're gonna go in circles, make sure we don't have bad axles too, or something like that. Because when she pulled out of the shop on Friday, after I scanned her car real quick, I heard a click, 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 and it sounded like it could be a wheel bearing or something. But also, she sits up. She's very good posture. Sits up very straight. Look at that. I've been in the car for a whole 5 seconds and I'm already tired. Alright, parking lot. You know, I'm kind of disappointed they're actually starting to use this parking lot again. Like, they're doing construction and they're putting businesses in. Soon I'm not going to have an empty parking lot to do circles in. And that's going to be disappointing. But for right now, nobody's here. Alright, let's see if we hear anything. I hear it squeaking. I don't hear it clicking though. I hear it's like it's really weird. Alright, well, no obvious axle. Now let's go over the speed bumps. Check the suspension real quick, make sure it doesn't do anything stupid. Good. Good, good, good. Looking good. So mostly that right rear speed sense or wheel bearing. Right rear. Say that 3 times fast. I really hate this turn. There's a freaking bush right there and you can't see around it. Go! Nobody's coming. Well, somebody is, but they're so far back it doesn't matter. Don't jump out in front of me. I didn't jump out in front of you. I hope you guys can hear that. It's definitely from the rear. Which is an unusual wheel bearing on these Audis. I've not run into... I don't know that I've ever done a right rear wheel bearing on an Audi Q5. And I've got plenty of Audi Q5s that I've worked on, so... it's a bit unusual. Be a matter of... there's no lights on, so I don't think it's going to be anything like the Hall effect sensor or the wheel speed sensor, like hitting the ring or anything like that, if it even has a, you know, that type. Might just have a magnetic wheel speed sensor. Could be the tires. Don't think it is. I would give that a 30% chance that it's the tires making that noise. Just sounds bad. Now we're coming up on that accident again. I guess they're camped out in those little chairs. Please don't be those people. If there's an accident, just pay attention to the cars in front of you. And please make sure you don't hit anybody. And try to move on through. If there's an accident and you really want to see it, have a passenger and have them do a video for you. The only time I accept slowing down when going by an accident is, of course, you know, making sure you don't hurt anybody. Like if it's in the middle of the road or whatnot. Or if you're looking for debris. But if it's clearly off the side of the road, or if it's on the other side of the road, and you slow down, I automatically dislike you. I automatically dislike you, because I hate that. Going down the interstate, and you're like, oh my god, there's an accident. And then you're like, oh, there's a fender bender on the other side. On the shoulder. Like, what the heck, dude? Come on, please stop. Alright, I'm just putting her out back for now. So we can do a little research into what that wheel bearing is going to take to stay. And in case you've never seen our backyard, it's a lovely place. It's a lovely place where we have all of our extra cars. Look, it's my car. It's Jason's truck. The Chevelle is behind that. My Camaro's right there. So, it's our storage crate and the boss's car. Air compressor and junk. And our old oil barrels that we have to get rid of. I hate it when people are on the same road as me. Could be a diff. Could be a differential. I don't think it is though, because it sounds more on one side than it does like in just the general rear. How much for Wadios? The one that's got the oil leak? $5. You're not gonna hear me. I don't have my mic on. What a dummy. How would I do that, Bax? Morning's going fine. I mean, not like trying to... I'm not poo-pooing the idea. I'm just like, how do I do it? Literally. Not like, well... Not like, well then, I mean, this is silly. But yeah, I mean, he's kind of far out. There is contention and stuff there. Her publisher closed. So that was kind of bad. And they kind of did it in a really crappy way. So that wasn't good. But she is, and I think it's public now. I'll have to ask her to make sure. But she is, she did get a story in an anthology that is being published by a best-selling author for like 20 years. She's one of 12 stories that made it into this anthology out of several thousand applicants. It comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks. So she's got a contract though. I mean, she made like a good bit of money comparatively speaking. She usually makes like, you know, 20, 50 bucks for submitting a story to an anthology that's usually 12,000 words or something. But this one is like 4 or 5 times that. So it's not bad. What does an anthology do? It's a collection of short stories written by, you could say, unknown authors and then published by an extremely well-known author. So it would be like, to equate it to streaming or this stuff, it'd be like Mr. Beast doing a collaboration with a bunch of, you know, no-name streamers or something like that. I think Geek Boy's a little behind. Or you go back and listen to it, which is an option now. We could be like, yeah, just scroll back until you find the test drive and listen to that. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't get that on our car. We'll find out when I pull it back in. Oh, we're going to look up that wheel bearing. Q5, Q5, Q5. We don't even have a VIN for this. Let me go get a license plate from it real quick. SQZ. Search. There it is. Oh, it's 2013. Cool. VIN. Change vehicle. Audi. Steering and suspension. I mean, at this point, I can just show you. All data. Steering and suspension, all data. Yay. So, suspension. Wheel bearing. Removal and replacement. Rear suspension. Overview. Overview. I actually don't know if this is all-wheel drive. We'll look at both. We'll look at front-wheel drive first. It's a bolt, nut, knuckle type deal. Not terrible. Not terrible. What about the all-wheel drive version? That one is at least a bolt in, so that's good. You can see it's got 4 bolts. So yeah, either way, it's not terrible. There's no pressing involved, which makes me happy. I hate having to press things in and out. I just don't like it. It stresses me out, and I'm always afraid something's gonna explode. But maybe that's just the paranoia. Why, hello there, pies. How old was I when I had kids? 20. I was 20 years old when my first son was born. It's all data. It is all data, and we also call it some data because it doesn't always have all the data. Sometimes it has some of the data, sometimes it has more of the data, other times it doesn't have enough of the data. Ha ha ha! Oh, so a thing that's going to happen, because you know what's also interesting is the fact that I've been streaming on Twitch for 5 years, and I've asked questions about things like, how does this work? How do you figure out when this is happening? Like, one of the questions I had was, I would get front page time. I was like, what causes that to happen? Like, it seems to be random. And I want to make sure that if I'm going to be there, I can like really kind of focus that. It's like, how long does it last? You seem to last like 30 minutes to an hour. So if I'm only going to have 30 minutes to an hour, I want to make sure that I'm like the best content I can have while I'm on the front page for, you know, marketing purposes. You put your best foot forward when you're in front of a bunch of eyeballs. And then, you know, when they come to your place, you're like, fuck it. You know, and you just put your crap content. But they never gave me a straightforward answer. So I asked on YouTube, where it comes to like, I couldn't edit my video from Friday's stream because it said too long. And I was like, I Googled it for a while, looked around. I couldn't find any specific answers. And so I tweeted, and I was just like, anybody know, you know, why I can't edit my YouTube video? And Team YouTube replied to me in about an hour. And they said it's got to be shorter than 6 hours. I was like, oh, look at that. I've gotten more support from YouTube in a day than I've gotten from Twitch in 5 years. Yeah, so today I don't have to break up the stream because I got to leave at 3 because we got dentist appointment this afternoon at like 3:45, but it's downtown, or it's in a different part of the city, so it takes about 20 minutes to get there. So anyway, I'll be stopping an hour, 2.5 hours early from work, so it'll be a nice 6-hour video. That's why I kind of waited till like 9:10 to start. When am I not working, IPA? Dentists, doctors, government all run 8 or 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. What hours do I work at the shop? 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. At what point during the day or during the week do I not work? Whenever there's a vacation. When is there a vacation day? Because the government or there's a holiday and they're not working either. So they don't do weekends. There's no dentists that do weekends. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't take that many vacation days. And when I was on vacation, I also did do a lot of my, I haven't had to take off time to go to the DMV because I did that while I was on vacation. I did a bunch of like running around and stuff on vacation. I mean, what it means, do I need to take more time off to like do that? Or do I just generally need to take more time off? Probably. What's a holiday? Exactly. I can turn those, oh right, we can make those shorts. Our dentists, the one that my wife goes to, works Monday through Thursday. And Monday through Thursday, it's like 7 a.m. to like 2. in the afternoon. I want those hours. They're not open Friday, they're not open Saturday or Sunday. Oh, I know. I still have, speaking of which, where's my last paycheck? How much time do I have left? I have 27 hours left. And 8 hours of sick time. Oh, I don't know, boys. I'm not feeling too good tomorrow. I might have to call in sick. All right, let me go up front and... Actually, this should tell me if it's all-wheel. How does it not... It doesn't... It's... It's... All right, we got my food ordered. Sorry about that. Get a drill. Get me a battery. Sorry. How dare I eat food? It's the truth. I thought you were the food. I mean, I am. I'm very tasty. Super duper tasty. Yum, 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 yum. We're gonna try and protect the holes a little bit to prevent the debris from getting into the holes. Keep it from slinging it around. I don't think it's gonna need this much. Like, this is a bit overkill for this, but because I'm just trying to drill these two little tiny holes, it is totally overkill. Because I'm gonna take this. A little too aggressive. Looks pretty straight. Just trying to make sure I only go to the bottom of the threads and not in the frickin' head. Because I got to see how deep these helicoils are, which are not terribly deep. Yeah, we're good. It's deep enough. So we'll just do this one first, make sure it comes out the way we want it to, and then we'll do the other one. Because I don't do these very often. I don't have to tap bolts. I know it's the privilege I get for working in the South. It's the beautiful honor of not working in the Rust Belt, where I don't have to drill and tap things very often at all. Yeah, just a strip bolt. Cool. All right, there's that. Where's our tap? There's our tap. Might want a little extension to keep my wrench away from that stud. I don't have members active yet. I want to make the emotes and junk. Looking pretty straight. Get some PB Blaster to help it cut through there a little easier. Seen the PB Blaster? Typical. Ah, I have it. It's on my own cart. Blah. Look at me. I'm blaming you, and I have it. What a jerk. What a jerk. Little spritz of some PB Blaster. What? Oh, he messed it up. He messed it up. Now he ruined the video. Oh my God, everything's ruined. We're all done. Oh my Jesus. Just burn the video down, start the stream over, set everything on fire. Ken messed it up. Yeah, hold on. Fine, he fixed it. I should be able to survive till lunch gets here. Although I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry, man. I mean, I have partnership. I don't know what they call it. Like, I have partnership with YouTube, I think, but it's not like an exclusivity or anything like that. At least I don't know of one. I'm part of a, what are those things called? Where they, marketing something or other. Can't tell how deep I've gone. A gang, yes, I'm part of a gang. A little bit farther. %. Hangover gang. What are those? Like IGN used to be. No, IGN. Was it IGN? Was a big one. Yes, I'm part of a massive advertising conglomerate. There we go. It's about as deep as we need to go with that. Because we went bit deep. Not balls deep, because there are no balls on this car, except in a lot of other places like wheel bearings. Excellent. Excellent. Shoot. I just dropped that coil. It bounced everywhere because it's basically a tiny little spring. I really don't like this thing. It's really hard to work with. But I also don't like how it does it in the first place. I am not good with these bastards, and I apologize for that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to do it this way. And the other stupid thing is like, what do you grab that with? Seriously, we don't have anything that fits that. I just gotta use pliers. It's going in. Yep. Yeah, it looks like we burnt the tank too, so. Now what we can do is we can take a roll-lock disc like this, or that one, it's already there, and we can just shave off the extra, there's like one thread sticking out, so. There we go. Just break off that extra little piece and then smooth it out. There. Now, this bolt should fit. Ta-da! And we have ourselves a helicoil. No, this is the same car. It was a bad O-ring, but I also found shredded these bottom two holes. They have stripped out. They're stripped. They were script. Ooh. Sorry about the hiccup. All right, drill out this other hole. slightly deeper than the last one, so that way we can hopefully just get the whole coil in there. From what I've gathered, it doesn't take a lot of effort to drill into that because it's aluminum. Yes, a little coolant for the drilling would be good, blah, 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 blah. Or a little lubrication. Let me get this started and then we'll... Another little trick you can do if you really want to is you could take said pick tool and put it down as far as we're going to go. Then we could do this. And then we could do this. This is a bit overkill, but you get the point. So I have taped off how deep I want to go with the bit. It's really rough, like I just kind of eyeballed it, thumbed it, if you will. Come on. Tried to make it not spray out like that, and then it sprays out like that. What a jerk. What a jerk. Also, this is not very hard. Like, if you can see my muscles here, I mean, I can do this with my thumb. Like, it's not tight. It's real easy. It's not like this easy, but it's not, you shouldn't be like having a crank on it. It should just take a little effort, and it shouldn't really change as you go deeper. Like, you'll get a little, the best way I can describe it personally is I feel like, you know, it gets slightly tighter, then it kind of, with the same effort, it wants to stop. So back up, and like here we're getting a little bit more resistance. So now I'll back it out, see how far we got, make sure we get all the chips out, because we don't want to pack it in there and then blow it or crack it because we've got it full of chips, because those chips aren't really wanting to fall out due to the fact that, well, mainly due to the fact that it's you know, it's angled away from us downward. Make sure to keep on your safety squints. I mean, we're almost done. We're pretty much all the way down. I could just use to go just a smidge deeper. The trick is trying to get back into your previously cut thread. There we go. I think. Before I ruin my newly cut threads by trying to cut another thread. There we go. Nope. I can't tell where I'm at with this. Should look like that. There we go. got it all the way down to the bottom. Now we get another coil. Add it to our little stick of doom. And there. We're all the way in that one. So we don't have to grind off anything there. We just got to break the tab on the bottom. Just remember, folks, everything's a hammer. Oh, it's too big. Guess we'll need a pocket screwdriver, maybe. Will that fit? Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Yeah, it fits. I'm just stuck on the tab. There we go. Didn't break it. Everybody in the comments are going to be yelling at me. You're doing it wrong! Maybe. But as long as it works, does it really matter? Too big. That got it. And this one doesn't have, it came off, didn't it? Cool. 2 helicoiled threads. It'll take 2 questions. Dave, will you answer my question? All right. My 2 questions are, I already asked one, asking you the question if I could ask a question. And then my next question is, who is your favorite YouTuber? He didn't say Wallered out, he typed it. Nah! Cute. Cute. Yes, what is the average average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Oh Lord. Make one last blow. Make sure we're all clear. Good. And then last thing. Dude, you go in? You dude. Look at that. Look at there. Look at there. Perfect. Perfect. All right, well, at the very least, if we have to, we can totally get away with one bolt on the bottom, as long as we add the 10s. Get away with, possibly. I mean, would I like to put another bolt down in there? Yes, sure, but at least if I put it together like it is now, I can get it out of the bay. And that's more pressing, if you ask me, is I want to get this thing moving again so I can get it mostly back together and out my bay. There. Now, we can take this bolt and we could stick it down this hole down here. Take this bolt, stick it in this hole up here. Somebody else has been here before, I mean before we got here at all, and it was missing some things the first time that we worked on it. Because Jason was like, yeah, we were already missing the 10 mils. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. Good. Means we should be able to make the rest of this work, even if we have to come up with a bolt for that last slot. Come on, you jerk. Yeah. So what you do to use the magnet to put this in is you push on the bolt, it gets in the slot, and then you can pull it up or down or whatever, left or right, doesn't matter, whatever direction you can get it to come off in that way. Because if you just pull it back, it's going to pull it back out with you. So make sure you go in a direction that the bolt cannot in order to remove. I know that sounds pretty, well, of course, man, but, you know, maybe somebody doesn't know, and it's, thank you, Can Academy. Or is that Alchemy? That's Alchemy. See? It's a place for car mechanics, but not for people that can read. Because that's why I watch pictures. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Also, if you are new here, and I hope you are new here from YouTube, and this is your first time seeing this stream, do be aware, I do this 5 days a week. I've been doing it for 5 days a week on Twitch for 5 years. So now we're going to do it on YouTube. Because I think it is the better platform for what we're going to do. I really hope I didn't. Oh, good, I didn't. I was afraid I pinched a wire, but I did not. Off to the races. Now let's try and find some 10 mil bolts. Here's one, kind of big, but hey, you know what? It'll work. It'll work. And then we just need one more. I need to make a special slot for these bolts. Like just, you know, your 10 mil nuts. Because they're probably all at the bottom of this damn thing. Yep, there's another one. I think this is 10 mil. It might be an 8. That's an 8. I gotta dump out my damn junk drawer. Big wide, but hey, that one looks. It's got a locking head. I don't want to use that on this. Could break the stud or something. These 10s should spin right off as soon as you crack them loose. So we don't want to go too nuts. Well, we're not going to go with 2 nuts. We're only going to go with 1. Oh God, he's so good. He's so funny. What was your Twitch name? Bob Do the Builder. No. No. Very specific. Nice. Well, thank you for coming over to YouTube. I appreciate it. All the support helps. Hopefully, in not too many times, too long of a time, we'll be back up into the hundreds, and then maybe eventually make it to the thousands. Ooh, I don't like that. That must be a locking thread. That might be a locking threaded nut. This one will be just fine though. There's that. We're going to take the other one off. So, I think this will be a very, very interesting experiment. And I'm very excited because of all the new possibilities. The shorts are cool. I know it's TikTok. Well, it's just TikTok. I get it, but YouTube's trying to kill TikTok. And I'm cool with that, I guess. I mean, I don't particularly like Google as a company, but I mean, there are worse. So, blah, blah, blah. There's always worse. Not everything can be exactly perfectly what I want it to be, so it's the one that will frustrate me the least, so we'll go with that. Oh Lord, trying to stick a magnet down into a box of magnets is about the dumbest thing I've done all day. Into a drawer of bolts. There we go. Yeah, that is an 8. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That is not a 10 mil. I'm trying to find one that has a shoulder on it, is the short answer. I'm trying to find a nut that's got a shoulder, so that way hopefully it's more like a built-in washer. But we might not have that option. We might just have to go with a good old-fashioned washer. I'm just looking through my bolt junk drawer, which is all the bolts that I've ever taken off of something that I'm like, hey, I could save this. And then I put it in here, and this drawer is slam full. So it's about time to dump it. About time to dump it in a box or something, or a container, or a 5-gallon bucket. You know? Because I know anybody who works on cars, any of you guys who are mechanics, you know what I'm talking about. You got that drawer that you stuff all those extra bolts into because maybe one day I'll need it. And then it gets to that point that it is way too full. And you can barely close it. You got to jiggle it around just right to get it to close. All right, well, we'll just go with a regular 10 mil. It'll work fine. First off washer. Problem is reaching this thing is about impossible. Yeah, got it. Yeah. I'm jiggling my junk on stream. You're damn right. There. Much more stable. Super stable. Stable? Yeah, stable. Super stable. You mean stable? Yes, stable. You got a problem the way I talk? Hmm? All right, let's put all that back. Oh, what did I do with the tap? Typical. Puts it down for 3 seconds, it grows legs and runs away. Ay, ay, ay. Isn't that the name of the game? Seriously, where'd it go? I got that. I need the tap for it. Not hiding under that drill, are you? Not hiding under that drill, no. Under these rags? Nope. None here, yo. What the? What? Because it's a really long bolt. Honestly, I don't think it will present a problem. I'd prefer not to do it, but we can always find one later, at the very least, you know? Like, we can't find it now, but it's in the accessible slot, so there's one that's blocked up by this wire, because this wire harness comes up through one of the, like, notches where you get to the bolts. And so with this wire, I have the bolt in this hole. This hole is the one that doesn't have the bolt in it, and it'll be easily accessible once I do get a bolt. So we can go ahead and put it the rest of the way back together. I'll be able to get it on without having to take anything else apart. So we can at least get this together and make sure that our, you know, our system and everything goes back to normal. It's not pouring fuel everywhere, etc., etc. So we'll get that part done. Because I mean, it should drive fine. It just might have a bit of an air leak. Possibly. Possibly. Not even a guarantee. Just a possibility. I just want to make it up to 100,000. I think we can do it. I think that's my main goal. Because hopefully at 100,000, it should bring forth with it decent money. And you know me and decent money. If it's the equivalent of more than $17 an hour, then yay. Fantastic. Mo money. Mo money. Mo money, 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 money. Yes, we are reusing the old filter. Should be just fine. We are putting it on. There was one time that I forgot to put the filter back on after I did all this. I started the car up, it ran for about 10 seconds before I realized it was missing a filter. And the puddle on the ground helped inform me of that. That's why one of the first things I do when I do significant repairs is I'll start the car, monitor the dash lights real quick to make sure the oil light goes out, and then after that, I look under the car to make sure nothing's pouring out of it. Because we just did a CC transmission swap. And something, after we started the car, Noah noticed that it was pouring something out of the bottom of it. And it was a coolant flange that it broke, that I hadn't touched, so I'm not really quite sure how it broke. It was the heater line up there, and I was messing with the transmission. I didn't even have to move those hoses, so it's kind of weird. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that one. Yeah. Hand tight. Screw-on filter like this, just take your hand and pretty much just as tight as you can get it. Don't grab it with both hands and crank on it. Like, just take one hand, grab it, and make sure it's good and tight. It's technically like, once it meets the seat, the seal, it's like another turn and a half or something like that is the technical tight, but that's too technical. Where's my 17? I know where it is. It's right here. That's tight. Awesome. And this is still tight. There is no bottom bracket. We'll put this in here. We gotta plug up the fuel line plug here. The high pressure fuel rail plug. Click. There's that. Now we can put the bolts up in this. Guten tight. Yes, it is German for tight. It's guten tight. I like guten tight. That is the #1 method of tightening German cars. Guten tight. It's about time for some Milwaukee tools, man. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yup. 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 How many ugga-duggas? A maximum of 1. You get the ugga part of the dugga. There's that, there's this. Which goes in here, then goes in here, like that. Like it just. I gotta make sure I get some clips of today to add to the short. So that broke. Washer thing. What did these two go to? Were these just to the... Did I put those for this? Usually I put those over here. I guess I put them over there. Cool. Oh, we still got to put the intake part of the boost pressure line back on. So, you know, some people have a problem with this, but I love it. I put a little dielectric grease around the inner lip of this. It's already ribbed, and it's got a screw clamp. I've never had any problems with it coming loose. It's more of a problem of it not coming loose when you want it to. And so I put that on there to make sure that hopefully when the next guy has to take it off, they too do not have to beat themselves up too much about it. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Would you looky there? How was my watch time for Friday? That's what I want. I want those ratchets and stuff. Let me finish getting this intake on. We'll go have a little, because I'll be kind of done since we, I guess then I'll get the Audi Q inside and check that wheel burn. Nice. Oh yeah, I mean, for ignition coils, absolutely. If you don't lube up ignition coils and you put them in there dry, then I probably don't like you. Because those things are a damn nightmare when they get stuck. Oh wow, I'm way off. And there went my socket. Hooray! Yep, they make an extendo version. Let me go to the bottom and we'll pick it up from there. I think my average watch time for Friday, let's look at it real quick. Live. Automotive live stream VOD. That was Friday. 16 hours. I don't know if that's the average, but watch time hours 16, so not terrible. I mean, I got 21 views on it in the last 48 hours, so not the worst. Hopefully, at some point, maybe due to my influence on the internet with streaming, if this becomes big enough, that it will encourage other shops to be less ridiculously like, you gotta get it done fast as possible, right this second, blah, 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 you know, like, just a better work environment, if you will, you know? A little less insane, a little more calm, because we get work done. Might not be the fastest thing on the planet, but you know what, that's okay. We are also humans, and we like to, you know, not die. It's just something that I'm not too, something that kind of annoys me about some employers, is that, like, they'll treat you like your property after they're like, yep, we hired you. Now you go scrub the bathrooms and pick up all the bubble gum off and the boogers off the bottom of the table. And you're like, that's not what you hired me for, so no. I think that's something else people need to do more often too. Myself included, but I'm not really too worried about it here, that's for sure. There are a few things I'll just straight up turn down, but it's pretty rare. Oh, that bottom one is a screw clamp, and I didn't screw clamp it down. That one's good. We're pretty much done. We just got to put on that boot. You have a great rest of your day, Pies. I ain't have to pick it up all the way. I just got to pick it up enough to where I can not have to lay down to get to it. That's probably enough. Thanks for stopping by, Pies. Hope to see you tomorrow. Hope to see all of you tomorrow. Let go. If anything, stop in, give it a like. And be on your way. And I'll totally understand the scenario. And greatly appreciate it. Also, I'll be uploading a short later today. Like I said, man, if I'm not actively streaming on Twitch, that is the only time I look into Twitch. So, what's frustrating to hear that? Or what's frustrating to hear? There we go. Ta-da! 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 Bum, 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 bum. Cool. I've been through it before. I've been through it before when I was playing video games, and then I stopped doing video games, and they're like, well, if it's not a video game, I'm not watching. It's like, okay, fine. I understand. I get it. Like, if you don't want to watch on YouTube, it's fine. I understand. But I'm not going to change up my entire... I'm not going to, for lack of a better term, I'm not going to stay doing something I really hate just because some people want me to. Especially when the opportunities over here are so much greater. And I ain't waiting for opportunities to happen. I'm going to make them happen. Make them. Make them. Make them. Oh, absolutely, root beer. Absolutely. I mean, even just looking at like, let's see. The last video traffic source was 42% was the browse feature, 15% was my channel page. So, I mean, we're getting watch times from impressions, 72 hours, 25 and 40 minutes average view duration, with views from impressions 169. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm not like gonna sit here and count every viewer and be like, oh, is it a little better than Twitch? Is it a little worse than... We're just gonna sit here and make good... I'm gonna try and make good content. That's the best I can do. I want to make something you want to watch. So I know that there's gonna be times that I'm like going super crazy on something and hopefully it'll be good. And then there's gonna be little dully moments like this. I agree. I feel like I got a cut on my knuckle, but I don't see one. It's like the worst kind, you know? Like got like a slice on your knuckle, and when you bend it, you can feel it, but I don't see it. It's like a paper cut. Those are just irritating. Irritating.
Ever been to Black Tire? You know where the old Napa is on Airport Boulevard? Big Napa? They're in there. That's the address. Black Tire. You're picking up that one. You take a shot.
Yeah, I would say absolutely heretic. You could do ASMR lathe turning. There are people that watch that shit all day. If you want to make videos, especially, I would totally do it. But there are people that watch it, Root Beer. There are a lot of people that watch it. All right, we should be good. Double check it. Oil filter, fuel line. I didn't take anything else off the fuel line. I got the intake all plugged in. I got all the connectors plugged in. Got it bolted down, -1 bolt because we don't have it. All the injectors are plugged in. We got the turbo tightened on both ends. We got the plug in. Got the intake part back on. Yeah, we're good. And also to leave this impression with you guys, even though I just went over all that and I'm like, we're good, I still have little, for lack of a better way of putting it, slight butterflies in your stomach, so to speak, where you're like, whew, I hope I didn't forget something. We're gonna cycle the key a few times, get the fuel pumped up in there. Come on, baby. Get that fuel in there.
Did your internet been down?
No? There's nothing pouring on the floor right now, is there? Okay. Battery sounds like it's about to die, though. Yeah, I'll grab a jump box.
Think you could take that long to prime? You think something else?
I don't know. I don't smell any gas, though. Granted, I did pretty much depressurize and like all the gas came out of the fuel rail, so it might take a little longer to prime than normal. Usually about 2 crankovers it does, but also a dead battery is not going to help anything either. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Maybe cranking it over faster might help it some. It'll help pump that high pressure pump. I'm sure one day you guys are gonna get to see me hook up a jump box backwards. It'll happen one day. Ah, nuts. I gotta step on the brake pedal. What a rude jerk. Oh, I got to step on the brake pedal. Ooh, excuse me. Come on, baby. I can't think of anything I didn't hook up. Fuel lines are hooked up. Injectors are hooked up. One more time, then we'll crack that fuel line loose and see if anything's maybe there's too much air in the system. Unless our fuel pump decided it was time to go. Yeah, I know. You're upset. We got any fuel pressure? It would be content. I wonder if we're fighting 2 problems. Because they said that they had a no start issue. And I didn't have a no start issue when I got to it. I had a long crank. I mean, we're plugged into there. We got our fuel line plugged in. I'm just gonna crack this line loose a little bit and make sure fuel comes out of it. That is the wrong way. See, I'm smirked. 100% smirked. No, we got fuel there. We got fuel in the high pressure pump. Granted, it did just spit out a lot of air too, so that might not have helped. But the good part is we weren't losing any fuel. Yeah, I mean, checking to make sure we do have fuel in the tank is another key resource here in this fight against no starts. Yeah, it's got 3/4 of a tank. This is just odd. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. That's plugged in. I got the cam sensor plugged in. Got the injectors. Let me make sure they're plugged all the way in. Sure seems that way. Yep, they're plugged in. Plugged in. Plugged in. Filters on. I got the fuel pressure, high pressure fuel pressure sensor plugged in. I got the boost pressure line plugged in. I got the flat controller plugged in. There's no reason this thing shouldn't be starting right now. So, yay! More things to figure out. I like it. I like it. Do you like it? I like it. Let's scan it, see if there's anything pissed off on the engine. Throttle body's plugged in. Throttle body, the air temp sensor, blah, blah, blah. Could be a blown fuse. Engine. Fault codes, misfires on 1, 3, and 2. Fuel rail, system pressure too low. We'll clear all those just so we can. What was the fuel rail pressure? Fuel rail pressure actual. The actual pressure in the fuel rail is 165 bar. It's a little high. Whoa, fuck! Lost an airline. Where's the fucking shutoff valve? I just hit the shutoff valve. Got your vice grip? You got some needle nose?
No, always have to use your vice grip.
All my needle nose are gone. I don't know where they've gone off to. He ain't fixing it though. All right. We got pressure in the fuel system. Nope, nope, wasn't me.
Turn it back on.
I didn't, so I shut off the line valve. There's a, I'll show you. Come outside, it's outside. Although we're gonna wanna open it slowly so we don't blow apart anything. Valve right outside the tank here. So Jesus. Scared the hell out of me. All right. We got pressure again. Okay, anyway, we have fuel rail pressure. So are the injectors not firing? I hooked it up. They're all plugged in. I know that. Yeah, that's plugged in. Oh, it's not actually plugged in on the injector side. It looked like it was. It won't go in anymore. Look at us. Why is it not wanting to go in though? Well, that's one reason why it won't start. Let me look down there, check the pins real quick, make sure we're not trying to bend a pin or something. Our pins on the female end look okay. On the female. Let's look on the male side. I need a mirror. Yeah, pins all fine. Hey. It's not going in, but I'm getting it in. You just wait. I'm gonna get it in. It'll go in and it'll be happy for the opportunity. Damn it. It really doesn't want to plug in right. Is that in there better? That looks mo better. But it didn't give me a injector codes. Usually it'd give me an injector code. All right, that hopefully is plugged in. Let's see. Ha! It is. Are we hemorrhaging anything? Misfiring a bit. Which cylinder are we missing? Number 4 is dead missing. We're off to a bang up start, boys, I'll tell you what. No fuel though. That's good. I wonder if we could have an issue with that injector on that. What did my wife want? What always happens? Something goes wrong. Like it doesn't go the way it should be. I guess I'm gonna have to get better shot at that connector, that injector connector, and unplug it and replug it and make sure it's like good and plugged in. So I gotta pull out this pot here to make sure we are good and plugged. Good and plugged. So what we are getting to here is all of the things. I'm trying to get down to this connector. Yes, this connector right here. This one right here. No, we're just gonna take them both loose and double check them. I need a big tool though. Woo. That fun. It didn't seem like it was plugged in all the way if you ask me. That end looks good. This end, I can feel all the pins and they feel straight. Is there something in the way? Like that's clicked in. It's not like somebody was trying to depin it or something. The rubber gasket seems like it's a little swole. It's been going to the gym pretty hard, man. Tell you what. Oh God, this camera's not gonna play with me nice, is it? Aha, that time I felt it click in. There. Now we got a good connection there. Click, click. All right. Also, in case you're wondering, yes, I do have a little USB hub here that I plug into because I already ripped off both of the USB plugs on the front of my computer with the scanner connector because I'd trip over my damn cord and jerked it out twice. Now let's see if this has a little bit better connection, which might lead to less of an issue where it comes to running. Much better. Don't. We're not doing this. You run smooth, okay? I don't care what crap you think you're gonna do. Yep, we're not pulling anything up. Are you running out of fuel? Like, what's the dealio here, man? Let's watch the fuel pressures. Aye. This thing just doesn't want to play nice right now. Are we losing fuel pressure? Because we might be fighting two problems. Random misfire, cylinder 4 again. Let's just go ahead and clear that one out. Then let's, granted, remember, we're still missing a bolt. But the last time it ran okay, we were missing 3 bolts. So I have my susses. 106. All right, so that, and what was it, what, 261? No. Was it 216? No. That's the cat temp, though. I didn't realize I could read that. That's nice. This must not be like the Audi. I forgot what. Anyway. So, VCDS. VCDS. Measuring blocks. Bingo bango. I'll let you guys watch those numbers. I'm going to start a graph for me. Not really worried about the temp. I just want to see the spec and the actual. Oh, hell with it. I'll give you the graph too. Well, no, I don't want to do that because then you don't know what the different stuff is. So I'll have the graph for me that I can use as reference if I need to, if we fart again where it comes to the fuel rail pressure. And then you guys have the beautiful numbers to look at, so that way you know what's doing what. So let me go start her up again, if she will start up again. Come on, baby. Doing it for you and me. Duty cycle went up. Duty cycle looks good. The actual pressure is good. Of course, now it's going to run fine. You know it is. It's not going to have any issue. Let me turn off the air conditioning. Also, the crappy battery might not be helping a thing. Just off. Probably have a bit of an air leak. Yep. 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 I see. It's going to be that way, is it? Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to fight. I wonder what the alternator is doing. Stay. Stay. Don't you darn well move, okay? Just don't move. Cool? Comprendo? that charging voltage? Crankcase vent valve. I bet if we looked at the fuel or air ratios. There we go. God, don't you fall over yet. It's not adapted to anything yet. Where's some carb cleaner? Bet you if I spray a little bit in there, it's gonna rev up. Let's find out, shall we? No? Cool. Where is all that oil coming from? I didn't see the fuel pump cycle giving out, duty cycle. The fuel rail pressure is good, it's at 47. Although I do believe that this crankcase vent valve is just shot. Because we know it'll run for what? 15 seconds? It's clearly learned its own, it's clearly got its own consciousness. Yeah, every time I touch it, it dies. That is what we're learning. So if I just continue to not touch it, it'll run forever. That's what I'm trying to establish right now, last DC, is it a fueling issue? I don't think it's a fueling issue. I think it's an air issue. I wonder what that air filter looks like. I think the problem is it's not getting warm enough to even warrant throwing up the fuel trims to let me know how much is actually going through it. Because when it's running, it sounds okay. And then it's just like, craps out. But it'll restart. You know what? That I haven't done yet. I mean, it runs nice and smooth like this. Might have to do this till the fuel trims come up so I can tell what the hell is going on in there. I wish my scanner was just a little bit closer to me, because I feel like we're misfiring right now, but then we're not. Now it's starting to stumble. Come on, fuel trims. Come online. I mean, I don't have any warning lights in here. It's like it's not out of oil, it's not... Mostly it's not out of oil, that was my main concern. It's not overheating or anything. I think the reason it won't stay running is because the short and long-term fuel trims haven't like kicked into actually doing any adjustment. There it goes. Now it'll start running. We got the short-term fuel trim pegged out. It is adding a bunch of fuel, so it's got a massive vacuum leak. So we got the short-term fuel trim. I can't see the screen right now. Lambda sensor control bank 1 should be short-term, I think. That's one thing I really hate about VW. Yep. I just sprayed fuel in it. Oh yeah, we got a bad crankcase vent valve. Oil separator. Watch this. You ready for it? It doesn't like this at all. It's got a big vacuum leak right there, and you can see. Oh, yeah, you can see this. That's when I'm plugging it and plugging it. We got to go with a crankcase. A vent valve. Yay. Because it takes it a second to get it through to the exhaust to be like, oh, I don't like those. Like it's stuck. Awesome, we might have more than one. We might have a rear main leaking. Okay, fantastic. All right, well, at least it'll move out of the bay, and that's what we need it to do. So that's nice. That's nice. Recommend turning it into a quarter-mile vehicle. Absolutely. He does. Flex Seal is the greatest solution to everything. You are absolutely 100% unequivocally right. There has never been a person that was more right than you, my good sir. Never in the history of the mankinds. Awesome. Awesome possum. Awesome possum, Mr. Jossum. Woo! Well, that thing's been like that for a hot minute. Let's lube it up a little bit. Let's give her some lube. So what you do, if you really want to lube it up nicely, because lubrication is the key to success where it comes to cars and automotive. So you want to get a little bit of lube on your finger, and then you're going to lightly wipe it around the rim of the hole that is exposed. Then you want to slowly but gently work it in. So start with that, and then once you get it distributed, then you can give it a little bit more force, maybe get a little pressure on there. You might feel a little pressure. And then really work it into that. And there you go. Now you have yourself a lubed up hole to stick on these studs. And it should go on nice and easy. Boop. See how easy that was? All you needed was a little lube in your life. The technique can be applied to multiple applications. I have a 2001 Jetta with a vacuum leak and I can't detect where it is. Please, any suggestions? The best place you can look is the brake booster vacuum line. It goes from the back of your intake to the brake booster. Those things crack all the time. I assume it's a 2-liter or is it a 1.8 turbo? Also, calm down. I'll get to it in a second. Can't you see I'm producing content here? 2-liter, yeah, check the booster line. It runs from the back of your intake. It's a hard plastic line. Goes from the back of the cylinder head, or back of the intake, around, and then down to the brake booster. I assume you know what these things are. If you don't, then you'll have to tell me. But check that plastic line. It is very well known to crack and split, and it'll be a giant vacuum leak. I don't know. I don't really watch my stream, so couldn't tell you. Okay, if you don't know what that is, I don't have a 2-liter here, but I have something similar, which is this. Your booster line will hook up to this big round disc. It'll be in this rough location back here. It'll go from here, it'll go around, and then it'll plug into the back of the intake in this area. So look around for a plastic line that looks kind of like this, except this is rubber and this is not a good analogy. But there'll be a one-way valve in it and stuff too. So look for that. And when you find it, give it a shake. It'll probably fall apart. And you will have found your vacuum leak. Then you just get yourself some 12mm vacuum hose and plug it in on both ends and you're done. I can't tell you how many vacuum lines or booster lines I've fixed. Countless. I have lost count after 1,000. I don't know if it's been 1,000, but it's been quite a few. No visible cracks or tears. Well then, if it's not that one, then you have anything, little tubes coming off of the intake will likely be a source. If they're rubber, you need to check them. You can actually watch this in 1080. You can watch it in 1080 on Twitch. Were you guys not doing that? I'm gonna put the under tray back on. Awesome. I wonder if all that, oh, that was all from when the oil, or when the fuel was leaking, so let's give that a quick spray. Quick spray. Because I converted my sprayer into a fire hose because I was tired of it getting blocked up with stupid little crap. Looking fine at 480. Ooh, baby, you looking fine in 360. Why, mademoiselle, you are looking quite fine. So if you guys have never watched South Main Auto, I highly recommend you go watch him. He is like my favorite YouTuber for automotive. Very smart guy. Makes me feel woefully inadequate where it comes to my knowledge in cars. But now I steal his slowly because he keeps sharing it with me. So one day, soon, I will be as smart as him. No, it won't work that way. My only hope to catching up is when he retires. But we know that's never going to happen because we're mechanics. Retirement? What is that? Retiring? Retiring. So we're putting new tires on something? So you guys looked at any of my tickets yet? All of them. Okay. Which we're gonna need more stuff now. That isn't related to what we did. He needs an oil separator pretty bad. And it's all Jason's fault. Just clean up some of this oil on the backside here, because if we do have to chase an oil leak, might as well get a head start on it by making sure it's not filthy. Yeah. Any crack will cause it to have a vacuum issue. The booster line is a big pipe, it's a big hose, and if there's a little split down the side, it'll cause it to just be very angry. So if you have, I would recommend replacing that off the bat. Usually it'll split where it's near a connection. So it'll split next on the booster where the T comes, or the elbow comes off there, and then there's an inline one-way valve, it'll split at that spot. The plastic gets old, it gets brittle, it starts to crack. The more it cracks, the more it wants to crack, and then it just progressively gets worse. I have fixed hundreds of cars with vacuum leaks that were that booster line. I probably have a video on YouTube somewhere about that booster line. If I don't, then I should, because it is so common. Awesome. We're gonna go put it outside because we gotta get other things in. All right, we don't got to get other things in because it's 2:48 and I didn't realize how late it was. I got to go in 10 minutes. Also, what is our stream time? Ooh, yeah, we got to leave in 15 minutes to make it beneath the 6-hour mark on the stream. So something you're going to have to get used to tomorrow, because tomorrow I won't have to leave early, but something you'll have to be used to tomorrow is at lunchtime we'll cut the stream. I'll probably go heat up my food, and then I'll stop the stream and then restart the stream. It'll probably change addresses, so I'll just post it in the chat, like click this one and you'll be back. But we just got to keep it under the 6-hour mark, so that way I can edit it. Editable. You know, if somebody cleaned up back here.
There's a company named Bandwidth that like controls all the voice over IP phone systems.
Uh-huh.
Get somebody in the stream to hack them.
Why?
Because our phones aren't working.
Oh. So what would hacking them do to anything other than create more problems? The problem is they're probably being hacked right now. Well, then go unhack them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, do that. You go unhack them. Well, Andrew Rogue, I'm here 5 days a week. And I'll be on YouTube from now on, I guess. This is what it looks like. And so, if it doesn't work today, show up tomorrow. We'll talk about it some more. And if you need more help after that, I was going to say !point Discord, but that's not going to work in here. It is very much time for me to go. I got 10 minutes before I hit the limit on this VOD and not being able to edit it. So thank you very much for watching. I will be back in the morning. Today it's just the one VOD. Tomorrow it will be 2. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I will when I get back from doing all of our dentist stuff and whatever else we have to do today that's outside of work, I will edit this thing down to make it less obnoxiously long and hopefully get the, the important content down. So thank you all. Love you, bros. Have a good day. Bye-bye.